Okay, can we talk some serious Disney here now?
Nope. Get ready for all the Disney knowledge that you can handle. It's Corey. It's Lawrence. It's the DIZPod.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello and welcome everyone to the DIZPod. Is this maybe episode number 59?
59, he got it right.
I got it right. I remembered from the other day. So great. We're off to a great start. What Disney ride is it that says something like that? We're off to a great start.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yes. Monsters Laugh, Laura. There you go. Your first impersonation of the podcast. Hello and welcome everyone who is listening and watching live. We do this live because we do it for you and you only. And if you can't make it to the live, don't worry. You can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, where else?
Amazon,
Hulu,
Facebook,
Disney Plus. No, just you can't get those. But we're working on it. And so, yeah, we're here. And welcome anyone as well if you're listening at your own convenience, whether you're walking the dog, mowing the lawn, blow drying your hair. I don't even know. Whatever. We are glad that you are paying attention to two guys talking Disney. So it's a big week coming up here. I'm nervous for Disney. I've got a pit in my stomach thinking about it. And we're going to talk about our predictions and what we think.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll dive deeper into that. I'll hold those thoughts for a moment. But welcome in, everybody. And yeah, so I thought I had something to roll up on. Well, we will say this. Make sure that your devices are set to 4K, everybody. We are broadcasting in 4K. We are looking to do more and more of that on with any kind of live stream or vlog that we do here at Living in Diz. And we're starting to roll that out. We broadcasted for the first time ever live. Neil doesn't know this, who's in chat at the moment. He was in 4K on the vertical the other night.
That's right.
So we did 4K on the vertical. This coming Saturdays, we are testing 4K live streaming from Disney Springs after Animal Kingdom. So that stream will start roughly around 8 or so. Tammy Two Wheels will take us all over there from Animal Kingdom. And we're going to try some 4K over at Disney Springs. And we will experiment with that over at Magic Kingdom on Mondays as well. So if all goes well, we'll be flipping to 4K for the park live streams as well. And hey, Lawrence, it's the summer of Diz. It's the week of 4K, right? We rolled out our 4K vlogs. They started yesterday and they look great. So very happy, very proud of that. And we'll follow that up with another vlog tomorrow.
There you go. Do we know what tomorrow's vlog is?
Tomorrow's vlog is, so I did an experiment, and I thought the experiment went very well. Anybody in the chat live, or if you're listening later, you can comment on the broadcast, but let us know in chat. So I had the camera's so small, I took it with me, and sometimes I was able to pass it off to Neil. I figured, could I gather enough clips to make a vlog while I'm live, all alone, technically? And it worked. When the live stream was done on Mondays, I populated all the video clips. I did some work when I went off the live around Magic Kingdom, and we made a vlog. It worked. I had 30 minutes of footage. and I cut it down to maybe 13, 14 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna look at the uh, Halloween displays on Main Street in the windows. The pumpkins were not up down Main Street yet, but we will look at all, the mayor pumpkin and the confectionery pumpkins and all that. We look at that, and we look at some merch that came out after the merch video
Mhm.
that we just covered last night. So lots of fun and lots of little clips. Anybody that missed Ichabod Crane in the window, we've got that nice sequence with Ichabod over there at Liberty Square. We take you on a little ride on Haunted Mansion, and just if you're one, some people just it's not any fault to anyone else. And I want to say, what's up, Mystic Eric? We have to talk again, my friend. um it's not a knock on anybody. There are people that it doesn't matter what they're watching. They don't know if they're watching maybe not 420. They don't know if they're watching 720 or 1080. There's just some people
Yeah.
that just don't, or it doesn't even matter to them. But for those who can really notice, you should notice. Wow, when I played it back in editing, like Haunted Mansion is incredible in the dark. Watch that
Oh.
tomorrow in 4K. I mean, to see uh the bride in the attic is mind blowing. To see Hatbox Ghost,
Mhm.
mind blowing. So having a lot of fun with all of that, and there's I'll tease one more thing, and I'll give you the floor for anything. So we talked about Summer of Diz. Lots has happened. The Fall of Diz could be even bigger, right? I mean, we got to just take it season by season at this point. The Summer of Diz was so big, we've got to make some plans for that as well. And we all know that I think the documentary, probably will be pushed to early fall or so. I'm going to check in again and get an update.
Mhm.
And so that could be included in the fall of Diz. The autumn of Diz sounds better, right? And you can say it like maybe the old NFL films, right? The autumn of living in Diz. So we can so there's that, but we have a big project that we'll announce at some point, but I don't want to announce. I'm gonna be very patient with this one. You know what I'm talking about. Neil doesn't know yet, but I think you know what I'm talking about. It's gonna take patience and time for this one because I really want this to be good and the best that we can do. So before we announce it, I actually want the bulk of the work done. And then we can confidently start to announce that and tease it. So something big coming this fall.
All right.
Lawrence is back.
I'm back.
Thank you for giving me the floor. My close up. Got my close up there.
You are welcome. Yeah, so a couple things. Anybody notice anything different about the show? It should
Yeah,
look a
let's
little
see what
different to all of you. So I'll give you a few minutes. Let's see what you come up with. In the meantime, um, if you're watching on my channel or Living in Diz, if you can head over to the DIZPod, our new channel, we'd like to get some watch hours up over there so that we can continue to grow that. We've decided to move the DIZPod over to its own channel. So in doing that, it's almost like starting over, right? For Corey, because there's no memberships on that channel, there's no special emojis on that channel, because it's a brand new channel. So you have to grow that channel. You have to get to a certain amount of watch hours and a certain amount of subscribers in order for YouTube to give you the beginning of the emoji. So if you are watching on the other two, please head over to the DIZPod channel. Um, I don't know if one of our mods can drop that link in so we can switch over. If not, I'll try and pull it up. Um, so that's number one. Number two, as Corey mentioned, the show is now going to be in 4K. Um, it is only pulling right now in 2K because of Facebook, but that's okay. You'll get to see us in 4K next week. But you should see a little bit of a difference just in the visuals. And then we've got a couple other surprises for you. So we're just dialing it up um, a little bit. I think I like it. It was a little bit of a learning curve for me. Um, in fact, the way Corey and I used to do the show was browser based, and now it is an application running on my computer. So um, Corey is basically hands off.
Yes, I'm hands off. Okay, I get to do less.
Yeah.
I just have to open my mouth. All right.
So it's interesting. It's different. It was a challenge for me, but I it was just like one day it just clicked. I was like, oh wait, I've got to do this and do that. So we've added in quite a few things. So we're excited. I'm excited to see what it does for the show. Being in 4K will certainly be good. We won't be in vertical on the podcast for a little bit. Um, It'll take a little while for that to happen. But for now, we're going to concentrate on the horizontal and giving you everything that we can there. So we appreciate all of the support. And in fact, I didn't even tell Corey this, the DIZPod
We
now.
love surprises live. We
That's
love
right.
surprises live. I mean, I'm learning stuff right with them, about vertical and things like that.
Um, so the DIZPod now has a Patreon. So while we don't have memberships, you can support us through Patreon and support our efforts to bring you everything that we can do on the show through Patreon. So I will drop that link in for you.
When
Uh,
Lawrence and I were going through this as a test yesterday, I felt like my mic was a little low. How does everybody feel out there listening to me? Am I matching Lawrence in volume?
yeah, let us know that because I can control the volume
You can bring.
on the side. So I can actually just mute Corey in the middle of him saying something, and you just hit the mute button, and he's gone.
Nice. So you can turn my mic up?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, if they think I'm a little low, they can. It's low for both of you, she said. All right.
Right.
This is testing live. Sounds great from Ohio, says Find a Fun. Welcome, Find a Fun. Following Sierra says your volume is fine. You just have a lower tone.
Yeah, Corey has a lower tone than I. Yes.
Steve says very good. That's right. That's what friends.
Yeah, I won't be hitting anywhere near that note. So yeah, this is a new and exciting week for us here. We talked to Dr. Disney last week, and we had announced that he is going to, or Dr. Disney is going to be our official um, news source for all things Disney. Do you want to go into the news?
I do, but we'll say this. Your news today is brought to you by Victor Naraki. So if you're looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard, Victor Naraki, the licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC, is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 13 years of experience in the Disney area home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why wait? Visit celebratingflorida.com to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with Victor. Your dream home is just a click away. You can also get Victor at celebratingflorida.com. And one, I said that already, and there's an email. No, I think I got rid of that. So we'll go with that. So there we go. Let's get into the news.
All right. See, you even have a new sting there. Although I think I lost all of my slides.
So, all right. That's cool. Let us know when you're ready.
Fluff for
Get rid of this. All right, we'll let him work on that. Working some kinks out with the new software, everybody. Uh, let's see. So let's see. I don't even know. Disneyland announced some new snacks over there, but we're not going to focus on that today. And
I
yeah,
did have
while you're doing
on the list for today.
what's that? It's on the list for today.
Not have snacks for the list.
Oh, good,
Not on the
good.
list.
Yeah. Well, there is a new Haunted Mansion purple beignet coming out on August 9th. So I want to make sure I go over that out. Oh, Donna Huntbrinker just subscribed. Thank you so much. We appreciate that so much. So that's coming through on the DIZPod, on the
That it.
DIZPod channel, I assume.
Yep. See,
Very, very
another
nice.
surprise for you.
And Jill Walkbert just joined the DIZPod Patreon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will say, Tammy talked about it. We have spent a lot of money on the channel in the last couple months, so we don't usually mention that kind of thing, but the first place all that goes is to the channel all the time. And to bring the 4K to you all is was a little hefty for a little bit with the camera and parties. We're purchasing parties and tours for some upcoming vlogs and live streams. So we're doing all that. So I'm watching that account go like this. But it's all for the good. It's all for the good. We love experiencing it. We love sharing it with all of you. So absolutely amazed is. So thank you all. I just want you all to know where that all goes. And it's so
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm not being able to bring that in, but here's what we're going to do.
I saw a slide though. Did
Yeah.
you not know we had a Rise of the Resistance slide up there?
Yeah, it's not pulling in correctly, but that's all right. All right, so let's do this. We're going to talk about it this way. So, Rise of the Resistance, the reason that I had that up, they tested the single rider and decided it's a no go for whatever reason. So it has gone back to just standby and lightning lane, no single rider on that. What were your thoughts on it? You did not. Oh, you did do it, but you did it once, right? Single rider.
Well, we had a rough experience with it.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone that didn't hear about this, I'll mention it one last time. I think I said I wouldn't talk about that again, at least in the parks. But two things. They probably ditched it because it just wasn't moving the lines like they would like it to have moved. I'm guessing that too many people went to single rider and the wait time for it was just too long. That's my guess. Well, if I think about it, next time we're at Hollywood, maybe a cast member could pass along some information as to why that was happening. So maybe we can do a little sleuthing for everyone just to kind of see why that happened.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know
and I don't know if
you, but
I don't know if yeah, I don't know if this applies to every ride for single rider, but we know that Disney has also stated that if you don't have a disability pass, that if you do need to leave the line, that you are allowed to come back to the spot that you were at.
mm-hmm.
If you have a medical emergency, we had a medical emergency on that day, and the cast member told us we'd have to start at the back of the line again. So because whether that was because it was single rider or she was just misinformed, we don't know. So that made it for a little bit of a rough situation, but we worked out of it.
Yeah. Again, if I was by myself, I get doing the single rider on that one, but I'm not a fan of the single rider on that one because you lose a lot of the story, the pre-show. I would have told anybody if it was their first time going, don't do single rider. It's y-
Totally agree.
yeah, you lose the whole experience to me. So I would say no on that case. But if you've especially if you don't, let's say it was a long day, right? And you've been there all day and you just want to do Rise again, absolutely go do single rider. But um I don't know that it was worth I don't think it was worth it. I mean, I only really saw it the one time you did it, but it didn't seem worth it to me.
It was quite the wait. I mean, if you're doing single rider, I mean, it was still 30 minutes, so that's not bad for single rider if the normal ride time is 65 and up, you're cutting it in half.
Hmm.
So a little longer than we wanted it to be, but um, there was no stated wait time for single rider. So we went in hoping it was going to be like 15 minutes,
Hmm.
but it doubled that. So um, eh, yeah, I don't think Jacob or Tammy were really sold on it. I don't think they cared to try it again. So just as well, I guess, for us. Now, as far as the queue goes, once you if they didn't take Ray out of it, it would be like it could be a one and done, that queue. Um, it's fine. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I don't know what else you could add to the queue to make it better. Ray blows you away, so that's amazing, and to see the X-wing and all that, that's phenomenal. So I
Hmm.
guess leading up to that, um, it's a queue, so it could just be walls that you walk through and be nothing. So they do a good job of theming it. Love to look in the lockers with the gas masks, or the oxygen masks, and the helmets and the guns and the uniforms and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
that's all cool. But once you've gone through it a couple times, you don't really need to go back and see it anymore. So if you have a chance to cut the line a little bit and go right in, then
Hmm.
I'm all for it.
So there was also a new Disney dogs collection that came out called It's Puppy Love from Dooney and Burke. So there's a couple of the bags there. And they've done this with the cats too. They had a bag with Figaro and Marie and all the cats of all the different movies on. So they've now done a It's Puppy Love collection.
There used to be magic bands that would accompany these. I do have some Dooney and Burke magic bands,
Mm,
and I might have the. Uh, I don't think I was into the cats and the dogs, so I probably don't have that one. But
hmm.
you, they did do them, but I don't think they're doing them for the Disney the Magic Band Pluses. So they
No,
may have
I've not
stopped producing
seen that.
those.
Yeah, I've not seen that for the pluses. I think Catherine has one or maybe two of the Dooney and Burke Magic Bands. Magic Band
The
2.
presentation is nice too. They come in a nice cardboard box. They
Yeah,
open. It comes with a gold band, probably gold plated, but gold plated band that says
yeah,
Dooney and Burke on it. Very well done. Jacob and I have a few of those, and I
nice.
think they priced for about $50. I mean, it wasn't bad. I
Yeah,
mean, it's less than the price of some Magic Band Pluses, or about right there. So, and
yeah,
those are regular Magic Bands or Magic Band twos.
yeah. All right, so we talked about Rise. Here's a quick reminder for all of you Disney Plus subscribers. The prices are going up for the standalone and for the bundles. So make sure that you know that that'll go into effect October 17th. And if you um, have somebody in your household that, or I'm sorry, outside of your household that has your password, they are starting to crack down on that as well. So make sure that you have that set up correctly.
Oh yeah, don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. They will revoke your rights.
Yeah,
You
don't.
cannot share passwords with other family members that are not in the household.
Yeah, don't do that. Annual pass holder magnet. What was the last one? I'm forgetting now.
Stitch?
Stitch.
Was it Stitch?
Yes, just in June, right? That ended June 26th on Stitch Day. And here we are with a new magnet coming out August 14th through September 22nd. And that will be available to be picked up in Animal Kingdom and at Chester and Hester's in Animal Kingdom. And it'll feature Timon and Pumbaa.
Allison in chat's like, Corey, what you doing? I'm fidgeting. I'm fixing the mic. I turned on my on-air sign because I didn't do that. So you're getting to see a little behind the scenes stuff. If we weren't video, you wouldn't know that.
That's right. Jen W says she is passing on the magnet this time. Why?
Well, it might be because she lives in Cheeseland. That could be why.
Could be. Or you could just be like us and go down for the weekend to pick up the magnet.
Who would do something crazy like that?
Yes.
Seriously.
Just saying.
Listen, I'm already thinking about like I got to go to Animal Kingdom again. We're going Saturday. We're just missing it. So we've got to plan another day to go over there to get that magnet. For us, it's a winner's kind of thing. If you've got them all, you can't stop.
Right. I mean,
we've got to keep going.
There's still space on my fridge, right? I gotta. All right, folks. Sorry about that. Let me bring Corey back up. Well, I guess I'll bring Corey back up in a minute. All right, one more quick. Be right back. Okay. I think we're back.
I think we are. I see 47 people in there. So, yeah, when your power goes out, you can't account for that. So when you do things live, that's what can happen.
That's what happens. So we are getting the beginning effects of Debbie here that you had down in Florida. So she is trying to start already wreaking havoc on everything here. So
yeah, we lost power. We only lose power, thankfully, usually for 3 to 5 seconds, and then it comes back. We're on the hospital grid. We're connected, so we can't really go out because people outside of our community were without power for a while on Monday.
Got it. Yeah. So yeah, we're back. I wish I would have had that be right back screen before it went out, but
yeah. But thank you for hanging with us, everybody, and thank you for the patience that tells us that you love us and we love you back. So thank you.
Yeah.
This will be a good test. Where did I leave off? Oh, I was saying I actually know. So I don't know when we actually went out, but we were talking about magnets, and I was talking about how Tammy doesn't allow any magnets on the front of the fridge because she likes her black shiny fridge. I can respect that. So we
Uh,
just stack up the magnets, and so when the kids move out, they will literally have a care package tote, at least one, of all the Disney stuff that we've gotten over the years,
mhm.
that Disney gives out to annual pass holders. Um, it would be fun if they did something different again at times, because there was a time. Who out there owns this? We own 4 cutting boards from Food and Wine. You had to scan into Epcot 4 times within the festival, and then you could claim your free cutting board.
Oh.
So we literally were like, "Well, we're not gonna go to Epcot that much in that span."
Mhm.
So what we did was, we probably went fully for the day twice, but the other 2 times, we just basically had, like, a Hollywood Studios night, and went over, and there was one night we scanned into Epcot, and I think there was time to, like, go on Spaceship Earth and then leave.
Wow.
So that's what we did. Yeah, but it counts.
It does count. It
I
does.
think there was another one. Yeah, I think there was another one where we were going to say Magic, but we pulled up to Epcot first, scanned in, and then went over to Magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, back to the Dr. Disney news.
Yeah, so, next on the list, we have, extended evening hours because you have the Halloween parties coming up, and then the Christmas parties behind that. Magic will not have extended evening hours, but you will have extended evening hours now at Epcot, Hollywood, and even Animal Kingdom. So from 6 to 8, and the first one's gonna be October 11th, from 6 to 8, if you're a guest of a deluxe resort or DVC resort, you'll be able to hang out in Animal Kingdom at night because it'll be October, so it'll already be dark.
Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. I didn't even know this was going to be my reaction with this. You know what? I got to say, so what? I love that people, that guests get to take advantage of these things. It's Animal Kingdom, man. 6 to 8, seriously? That does not feel special at all. Like, they should be open till at least 8. Point blank period on that one. I know that's behind the times with what the kids say. But come on. Like, that doesn't even make me feel special if I go to that. Are you with me? You don't have to be, but
So, so the rest of them are only 2 hours, but I think yeah, I think your point is that at 6 to 8, I mean, I could stay at an extended evening hours and then leave there, park hop, and go to Magic and be at Magic for another 2 hours at least.
yeah, and I'm thinking from a streamer standpoint, I mean, listen, sometimes I get invited to those things. Samantha is so good to me, where she's invited me before, just recently. If she asked me to go to that, um, well, I don't know. I would probably, I don't know. From a streamer standpoint, you're done at 8. I can't just be done, and I can't drive. I'm not gonna drive while I'm live.
Mhm.
So, I suppose if Sam invited me to that, or someone else, they'd have to ride with me so that we could go to another park. That would have to be the deal. I wouldn't live stream that unless I could go over to Magic when that's done. It's 8 o'clock. That doesn't that doesn't feel. I'm sorry. That doesn't feel special in the least. Is the chat with me or what? You don't have to be, but I don't know. I didn't think I'd have that reaction. That one. Mm-mm.
I I I brought him some disappointing news. I'm sorry.
Hey, hey, on Dr. Disney, they don't react. Here, we do.
um,
I mean, you could make the case, right? Well, it is after magic hours. What does it matter if it starts at 7 or 8 or 9? Good point. But you better have a plan after that. what are you gonna do?
Well,
Is that a spring?
here's an idea. So Shirley Renee says start at MK, bus over to AK, and then go back to MK. Make it a full day,
Shirley
right?
Renee, that is definitely one way to do it.
A lot of people that park hop with Animal Kingdom start at Animal Kingdom and then go somewhere else the second half. Well, if here you could actually make it in the middle and then finish up. So that'd be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Oh, Allison is not with you.
Allison's not with me. So let me make another point. Let me make another case in point in the year of voting. Let's debate. No, I'll just say this. How about this? It's going to be concentrated to Pandora, right?
You would think.
So with that said, everyone is going to be there. So if you think you're going to ride Flight of Passage more
Yeah.
than once,
I'm just going to keep looping on.
because that's what I would want to do, right? That's what I want to do there. I mean, sure, you could run over to Everest. Would love that. But and maybe is that going to be open? That's what we need to find out. Are other attractions open?
Yeah, so the full, as it says, the full available attraction list isn't out yet. But when we know, we'll let Corey know and see if that changes his mind. I don't think it's going to, though. I don't think so. You want to see Corey's reaction to that news? So we essentially said, Corey, you're going to have an extra 2 hours at Animal Kingdom. And Corey said,
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I've been talking about this recently, about park hours. Like, why is you're taking one of your best assets in a theme park and you're not even showing it off for the sake
Mhm.
of closing at 6?
Yeah.
Like, who wants to see Pandora in the daytime when you can't see it at night in the same day?
Yeah.
I treat Pandora like the people mover. Silence. You ready for this one? What? You can do it in the daytime, but you better make sure you go do it at night
Ah,
because it's better at night.
yep.
It's better at night. So you can't go to Pandora at night. What?
Oh, we have a super chat
Ah,
Super Chat.
from Aaron at our Disney World Fix. $1.99 super chat says Corey is on the right. This is wrong.
Tom Ryan says in chat that Disney is starting to classify customers, the haves and the have-nots.
They actually are not
Listen,
classifying customers because they call them guests. So they're classifying guests.
welcome to Crossfire with Corey and the chat. Jen W., I'm calling you out next.
Uh-oh.
She says they probably don't want to disturb the animals. Wrong, because in 2019, Animal Kingdom was open until 11 p.m., sometimes midnight, I believe. So that's not the answer. And they used to have a nighttime safari. They
Correct.
used to have a nighttime safari. So you could ride and do the safari at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So it's not about that either.
Although I think the safari at night was very different, and that's why they stopped it, because they had to kind of fake the animals.
Yes.
So, I get why
I'm
they
kind of surprised they did that anyway, right? I mean, they know more about treating animals than we do, but I'm sure they were affecting their sleep cycles and things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
definitely.
Jen W., I love you and everyone in chat.
But I
Just having some
forgot
fun.
to do the nighttime safari. I think that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, we did it at least once before. So, you know, are you still with me?
Is anybody? Let me put a poll
Yeah,
in chat. Is anybody with
yeah.
Corey?
I just want to make sure the signal was still with me. Like you disappeared and it went back to that
Oh,
screen. So
yeah,
we better move on from that one right
I'm
there.
here.
We
Yeah.
haven't even gotten to the subject yet. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, we appreciate you so much. And we're trying to grow. We moved the DIZPod. It had done so well on our channel. We moved it over to its own channel at the DIZPod. So if you could jump over there if you're not already there, so we can build up watch hours and be able to get you all memberships and emojis and everything, it would do us a great favor if you could jump over and watch at the DIZPod. If we can have the moderators put that link in, all you have to do is simply click there. Same show, same smell, all that good stuff. This one's off the rails today.
Oh man. Uh.
Eh,
Okay. we're gonna. This is what we look like in 2K. Imagine what's gonna happen when we go to 4K.
You're
Uh.
going to see my beautiful skin.
Beginning August 8th in Disneyland, the Hatbox Ghost Zipper is reappearing. This will be the 55th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion edition, and it will have new sounds. Oh, that's cool. It'll be available at Stage Door Cafe, Harbor Gallery, Frontierland Popcorn Wagon, and New Orleans Popcorn Wagon while supplies last. I'm going to guess Corey has something to say about this.
Um, let's see. That's here? That's not here.
No, no. Disneyland is a park that exists in California.
Oh, okay. I didn't think we were caring about that, but sure.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Yes.
we care very much about Disneyland.
Well, I put it in here because it's the Hatbox Ghost, you know. And I actually thought your response would have been, why aren't we getting it? But oh well. I'll move on. It has sounds.
No, I'm
It's
fine. I'm
so-
fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Hey, what's Minnie looking at?
Oh, she sees me streaming down below.
She
Keeping an eye on me.
down below. No, you better not be down below where she's at. Because she's looking at the Disney treasure. As it
Oh,
happens. Could you? I want to be there one day. As they're bringing it out of the.
huh. That's incredible, isn't it? To see that come out like that. I mean, it's so impressive. It's such a tight window.
Yep.
Crazy that they don't allow for more. Couldn't you allow for more space? Or is it fun just to challenge yourself? Like, I'd like to know for real. Like, why is that so tight?
I don't know. But that would be a sight for sure. I mean, I guess christening the ship. I don't know if that happens at the same time, but I think christening the ship, is pretty cool. But to see this thing come out as massive as it is, that would be awesome.
Do they still break bottles on ships when they christen them? I've never seen that with these big ships.
I want to say yes. I think so. I want to say yes.
Palm Bay was asking if we saw the National Geographic making of the Wish cruise ship. I haven't, but I definitely want to see that. And I heard it was available on Disney Plus today. So if it is, I might just go and watch that later.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I know we saw one. It was on their YouTube channel.
Okay.
Catherine says they do. Steve says yes. Very cool. Somebody go tell Jill that Hello Kitty, who by the way is not a cat. So can somebody in chat tell me what she is? Because I would have thought Hello Kitty was a cat.
So Hello Kitty is coming to City Walk. Hello Kitty in Friends Cafe, Sanrio Smile Shop. Hello Kitty, who is not a cat, and her friends who are coming to a new Hello Kitty and Friends theme cafe and shop at Universal City Walk Oh, I wonder. Well, there's scrim walls up in City Walk right now, so maybe that's what that's going to be.
But again, this is the other coast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to ask. I want to ask everybody in that's watching on the re-listen and rewatch, and all you guys in chat about that, since that's come up. So we were going to vlog the 50th anniversary merchandise for Hello Kitty, 50th anniversary.
Wow.
But we didn't do it because Jacob didn't think it would have interest in the vlog. He's
Huh.
like, people will turn off, Dad. But let me know in chat if that would have interested you. It wasn't a whole lot of merch, but it was some. It probably would have taken 2 minutes of vlog time, but we decided not to do it. So I'm just curious since she came up in the news.
Yeah. I would say that if you think about YouTube as a search engine, somebody would be searching Hello Kitty merch and that would come up. So uh probably would not be the thing I would go look for, but I'm sure there are plenty of people that would look for it. Jen says she's a girl, not a kitty. Okay. Didn't know that. Jill says there was only 3 feet on either side of the ship when it was exiting the building.
Wow, 3 feet of error.
That's pretty crazy. All right, what else do we got? Oh, well, yeah, we'll talk about this now because I brought it up. So, next week's show will be a recap of D23. Today, we're going to kind of give our predictions on what we think we're going to hear, and then we'll see if we were right. The week after that is going to be a recap of NC Disneyana. So, Catherine, Finley, and I will be heading to Greensboro, North Carolina for that event, and we're going to live stream it. And then that Wednesday, it's a weekend event, and then that Wednesday we'll come back and do the recap of it. And then the following week on the DIZPod, we will do the preview of Food and Wine. We haven't done a
All
preview
right.
of Food and Wine in August because normally it's much earlier. So
All right.
yeah, that's what we got.
I like that look ahead feature. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. So, so yeah, we'll continue to work on things. Maybe I'll get a battery backup system. It's funny enough. I actually looked at one recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So if the power goes out, I still have power. Catherine says, are we gonna scan into Epcot 4 times when we're there? I'm gonna go with no, but yeah.
They're not giving out cutting boards this time. But if they were, yes, you would.
So I'm trying to think back on previous D23s. Now, the last one was really the one that I paid the most attention to, right? Because I was prepping for the podcast. So with that year, I kind of paid a lot of attention to it. And funny enough, I feel like that year gave us like not much. In fact, we got Figment. The Figment meet and greet was really what came out of last year's D23.
And how's that going? I still haven't met Figment. I still have not met Figment. Whenever we've exited, it's just not the right time to meet him.
Oh.
He hasn't been there.
Oh, wow. So Anthony says, is this really live? Yeah. Otherwise, there's a lot of magic to just put your name on the screen.
Anthony, right now everybody thinks we're talking to them, but we're talking to you.
There you go. Purple Pleasures in the house. Hello. Excuse me. So, leading up to this one, there were a lot of blue sky. We talk a lot about blue sky Disney ideas, right? What they want to do, what they think they can do, what they have the room to do. Um, and 2 years ago, I think is when they really started teasing some big stuff. So they talked about Beyond Big Thunder and all that land that they have back there and what they could do with it. They've talked about um, Dino Land and what would happen there. Um, I'm going to guess we're probably not going to get many announcements, if any at all, about Epcot because Epcot technically is finished for the moment. So I think the concentration is going to be on um, Animal Kingdom with Dino Land, and because let's face it, it's probably time for that to change. And then Beyond Big Thunder. Oh, he says the live chat has disappeared on the TV. Catherine, do you have chat on the TV? Let me know. So, in chat, I want to know like what do you think we're going to hear at this year's D23, and what are you hoping to hear? Which could be two different things, right? Will they announce something? Will they not? Will what they announce be competition for Epic Universe? I mean, that is breathing down their necks for sure. It's getting closer and closer. Next week we'll actually show some previews of Epic Universe that Dr. Disney has. He's got some good ones, so we'll show some of that next week. But you guys tell me, what do you think you are going to see? And Corey, what do you think? What's the one of the biggest announcements you think we're going to hear next weekend?
Well, I think that the biggest thing you're going to hear is what's going on officially behind Big Thunder. I think there'll be clarification. Are we getting Cars Land, or are we getting the Cars Land ride? Are we getting villains? What will that encompass? And are they going to stick something with Coco back there? So those are all kind of the rumblings we've heard over recent times. So
Yep.
I don't think that's really far reaching for what we think, but I'm pretty convinced that that's what you're going to hear. And it'll be more than a blue sky announcement. I think it's going to be, hey, we're gonna do this version of Cars Land, and then that's gonna lead you to villains and
Mhm.
exit around Haunted Mansion. And here's the concept art, and this is exactly what it's gonna look like until we pull things out of that concept art for budget. So
Which is going to happen.
yes.
I'm glad
So
because it's going to happen. So
unfortunately.
So do you? I mean, they've teased quite a few things, right? They teased in Coco. They've teased villains. Do those two work? Is it too close together, or are they two separate lands? Just like you cross from Fantasyland to Frontier or Liberty Square, or Liberty Square into Frontierland. Is it do you feel like it would be too squished, or do you think that there's enough land back there that it will feel totally different?
So, yeah, earlier, I think Frederick was asking if Jacob was going to be on it. It didn't end up that Jacob is going to be on, but Jacob is the map guy. And Jacob could have told us if he thinks that there's enough land. Let's assume there's enough land.
Okay.
If there is enough land, I think like Palm Bay was kind of hinting at, you automatically have to do cars. Whether you can do a whole cars land, I would love it. Absolutely love it. But if you can't and you're just going to do the Cars Land ride, the car ride,
Mm-hmm.
then that's got to come right off of Big Thunder for theming, because you have the mountains and all that. And there's the
Okay.
rumors that that's partly why Big Thunder is being shut down soon, so that they can maybe match the colors of what Big Thunder has for mountains and then blend that in with the cars area.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And if you want transition, I mean, I think you could easily go with Coco and it wouldn't seem bad, but you're gonna have a hard cut, and through Disney Imagineering, they can figure it out. They're gonna have to figure out how to transfer seamlessly from that to villains, you know? It's gonna it's just gonna have to be a tunnel like Galaxy's Edge switches,
Oh,
you know? That's a hard change when you leave, although, when you leave Toy Story Land, hmm, I mean, if you think about it, it's a gradual change from Andy's backyard to rocky area, and you turn the corner, so they kinda did it
yeah,
that way, so
yeah,
they'll have to do something like that. You won't have a direct sight into each land. I don't think Disney ever does that.
yeah, yeah. I think
So,
right. I think the tunnel over in coming from Muppets or Grand Avenue into Galaxy's Edge works, and then the opposite way, like you said, you make that turn, and then it's like boom. So yeah, I think they'll have to do something like that. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be really good. By the way, uh, one of Finley's best friends, they are in Magic Kingdom today for the first time ever. She texted me a little bit ago and said that she was going to get their spot for fireworks. So um, I saw a picture of them at the park today, and it just made me smile from ear to ear because um, the girls are 5 and 2, and none of them, including their mom, have been to Disney World ever. So they're in Magic Kingdom right now. So I thought that was kind of cool. Um, but yeah, I think that here's another question. What about if it is villains and they do a castle? Um, is the castle going to be visible from very far away, or will
no.
they'll make sure that you see Cinderella Castle, and then you know over there you
Yeah,
see villains?
I
So
mean, I can see 2 sides of it, but I would think that, for park purposes, Disney would not do that. They would not allow that visual to take away from Cinderella's castle, so we know you're not gonna get something anywhere near that size. Can you see it? Um, I don't think you're gonna be able to. There's too much in the way as well. You know, you've got Small World, and there's just too much in the way. Like,
yeah,
I don't think that that's an much of an issue. So I think they're good there. And they could treat it more like, if they're gonna do that, they could treat it more like, um, Beast's Castle. You
that's what
know,
I'm
that
thinking.
exists,
Yeah,
but, technically it's smaller, so I think that's the way they'll go with that, but that's a good question.
I think Neil knows, and somebody in chat, I'm sure somebody else in chat knows. I think Neil said it was 12 feet or something, some ridiculous amount. Um, Beast Castle is like really tiny.
Wow. It looks bigger than 12 feet.
It does. It does. Let's see. Jill says if villains could do a smaller Sleeping Beauty castle. Oh yeah, that's true. With Maleficent and the dragon attacking the castle. Yeah, that would be something. That would be something. Um, so yeah, I think Beyond Big Thunder is going to be the big one. Our friends over at Miles from Main Street had suggested that a fifth gate was going to be announced. I I don't I don't think so. I don't think so. This is where the what are we going to hear versus what we hope to hear. This is the difference. I think that we're going to hear Beyond Big Thunder, concrete terms, or what they plan on doing, and Animal Kingdom. I don't think we're going to hear anything about Hollywood Studios or Epcot. Um, That would be a real shock to hear anything about Hollywood studios, and Epcot has just been a very long time now, so I think Epcot's kind of settled where it is. But would I love to hear Fifth Gate? Yes. Do I think we're going to? I don't.
So for those who don't know what fifth gate means, it just means another park. It means a fifth park.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think so either, because there aren't even like mildly solid rumblings that I've heard about that. So there's
Right.
not even any real smoke. So
Right.
there really can't be any fire. So I'm not counting on that. I don't think that's something that would happen right now. But it could be a blue sky thing, but I don't think it would be, hey, this is what we're doing.
So,
Do they need to do it? Yes. Yes, they do. We've been down that road multiple times, and this is why I'm nervous about D23. Disney can really come out of this with some egg on their face, right? If they don't wow us, Universal wins.
mm-hmm.
I mean, what they're doing over there is incredible,
Yeah.
and Disney might not care. They might not care either. They're Disney. There's you got three types of people, right? You've got the people like us who are in between the two. We love Disney, we love Universal. We love Disney more, but we love Disney, we love Universal. There's another group that only cares about Universal, and Disney has the families. They
Yeah.
have the families. These
Yep.
families aren't really taking their young ones to Universal.
No.
They've got their core group. They probably don't have to care. We care.
Right.
Maybe we care a little bit more than they do about it. So maybe they don't view it like I do, where they have to make this huge splash. Maybe they look at it and just say, "Eh, let Universal do their thing. We know what we're doing. We're good." So it could be that too. But I don't think there'll be anything happening announced for Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios is very much complete right now. Um, and mainly I say that because Rock and Roller Coaster was just refurbished. Because, there could have been a retheming of that and they chose not to do that.
Yeah.
So that's going to stand where it is for now. And like you said, Epcot is complete for now. And so it's going to be all about magic and AK.
Yeah.
I mean, Dino Land has to go at this point. It's just taking space.
Goofy Guy says add on big to Hollywood plus MK or and MK plus AK. So I'm gonna turn the question on you then, Goofy Guy. What would they announce for Hollywood Studios?
They could. There's land that could lead you behind Rock and Roller Coaster all the way over to Andy's backyard. There's available land all back there. So that could be open for, let's think about that distance from there. So if you're there and you walk through, you've got Fairfax Fair, you have Rosie's, then you have I can't remember the name of the store. Then you have the store where the Pixar stuff is done. So that's a decent strip. Is it really enough for a land? No, but I'm thinking of this now, but I'll also reference um Braden at Mickey Views. He talked about this years ago and it makes sense. You could just continue the Pixar theme from Toy Story Land. You could transition behind all that
Okay.
towards Rock and Roller Coaster, and it leads you to Lightning McQueen. So you could add new Pixar things, you know?
Yep.
So you could do that. That would be cool if they announced something like that. Uh, when Braden talked about it a couple years back, he also talked about the retheming of, or just totally changing, I think he said totally rechanging Rock and Roller Coaster and make that all Pixar too. So I wouldn't have minded if they would have done that. Shut down Rock and Roller Coaster and retheme that. So,
I
you
I
know.
like the way Palm Bay thinks. It's nothing.
Yes, Palm Bay. I like that too. I like that too. So that's Hollywood Studios. And we talked about MK. So, and for, so for AK, what would you like to see over there? I mean, what, they flirted with Coco as well? Indiana Jones? Geographically, could you I get so confused with Animal Kingdom. I'd have to look at
Mhm.
the map right now. Like,
Yep.
could you expand Pandora? Because that would be so cool too.
Um, yeah, if you're gonna expand Pandora, you have to have the park open later. Um, what I really think they might announce at AK is, we're closing up Dreams That Soar over in um, Springs, but it was a test, and we plan on bringing it over to Animal Kingdom. They have that amphitheater over there. They could certainly do that. I think, and you think about the fact that they don't have fireworks at Animal Kingdom because of the animals. Well, great. Well, this is the drones make hardly any noise, so there's no reason that they couldn't do that there. So I think that would be kind of cool to announce that too.
The drones are so peaceful. They're cute. They're cute.
Yeah,
They're like these little bugs that come out and do their show and then they leave.
yeah, and then they
So
leave. Um, so Goofy Guy says his Hollywood would be to move Launch Bay to Galaxy's Edge, um, Cars Land or another IP to that whole section, and then add on to the southeast or the west parking lot with Villains Land. Oof. And use a parking garage. Yeah, a lot of people have said that to start using parking garages. Um, and then the top could be solar, and of course you would have those lights letting you know, like you have in Springs, letting you know where the empty spots are. Which, by the way, I think should be in every airport and uh, stadium, arena, any of that. That's just a phenomenal technology, I think.
it
Uh,
really is. We love it.
yeah, yeah. Uh, so I don't know. When I think about Dinoland and getting rid of Dinoland and Animal Kingdom, what do you put there? They teased South America, uh, Encanto, maybe um, Zootopia. I mean, you think about if you're going to replace it with a kid or a family, I shouldn't say kid, but family friendly, because I don't think they're going to go kid like they did with Dino Land. I think it'll be more family friendly. Um, I could see, I could see Encanto working. Of course, I'd love to see the food, the restaurants there. I think would be great, but I could see them doing something with Antonio um, or just go the opposite way and go with Zootopia and make it more family friendly area more than kid friendly area. So that's what
It's
I.
wide open. It's
Yeah.
what yeah. It's wide open. They can do a lot with that area and there's rumors of Indiana Jones too. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. Uh, you know, expand that. Expand that. Make it Indiana Jones land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I go with that. You could maybe have a couple. You could. Indy travels the world, so you've got the whole world at your fingertips as to what that area could look like, be like.
Yeah. Yeah. I am though excited for it. I can't believe it's like a couple days away. Um, but I am really excited to see what comes of it. Somebody mentioned, I don't remember who it was. It might have been Courtney. Um, that they should do a Harry Potter area. That almost happened. They almost owned the rights to Harry Potter. And then I don't know what Universal Studios would look like today if Disney had picked up.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Jaws would still be there. You'd
Yeah,
still have Jaws.
exactly. You'd still have Jaws.
Well, the thing was,
No,
I had heard that I heard Disney wanted full control, and
yeah,
Universal gave Rowling all the control.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, they would have what they would have done is expanded Fast and Furious to an entire land.
Yeah, let's get Fast and Furious Land. Get a track.
It actually closed. There was a sign that it actually closed early for I guess Halloween Horror Nights or something like that. I was like, yeah, it closed because somebody rented out the ride for the whole night. Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh boy.
So if there was a fifth park, now they own a lot more IP than what we really talk about. Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel. Of course, I'd say the huge announcement would be that they figured out the agreement with Universal, and they're bringing Marvel to this side of the Mississippi. But that's a pipe dream for sure. But they own Fox. Could they start using some of those properties to be a fifth gate?
Well, that's what I was going to say to finish that sentence for you. They would have to do a fifth gate to bring in a Futurama, a Simpsons, and things like that. They simply would not fit anywhere in the existing parks.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that's something you would factor into that. And of course, if we're talking fifth park, you got to put the Marvel in, and maybe you put a little more Star Wars in. I don't mind that either. So I'm trying to think. Hey, I think I mentioned this on the podcast a few weeks back, that Bob Iger was talking with the head of Marvel. I can't remember his name, but he was talking with the head of Marvel recently here when he was here. So what were they talking about? More movies. I would think if he came out this far,
Yeah.
I would lean towards, he was here talking about what can we do because we've got a deal coming up, and what can we do for a fifth gate. I do think that. I'll stand by that one. That's my prediction with that one. So we may not get that, and maybe D23 is coming up, right? So that could be some blue sky material. We're
Could be.
doing a Marvel. We're doing a Marvel, land in a new park or something. So I don't know. I'm worried. So is the parks panel Saturday, or is it a different day?
Goofy guy might know offhand. I feel like it's Saturday, if I remember correctly.
I just kind of feel like it's Saturday also.
Yeah. I'll be watching a lot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for sure. I'm really excited because I feel like there are going to be some big parks announcements. I mean, obviously, D23 is not just Disney World, and it's not just Disney parks and experiences, but I mean, that's what we focus on, so that's what's most important to us.
Well, I have some Pixar intel, I think, and remember this when you're all watching. I think we're going to have 2 new Pixar movies announced. Well, one was already announced, so then I think there's going to be a third movie announced.
Okay, all right.
I'm
They're riding pretty
looking.
high on Inside Out too, so I'm sure
Yeah,
they
you might
feel
want to.
pretty good.
Yeah, let that one ride a little bit. Just let it ride. So I'm looking at the map, and Pandora is, if you look at the map, and Pandora is on the bottom left-hand side. Dino Land is on the bottom right-hand side, and splitting that down the middle is the actual entrance to Animal Kingdom. So you couldn't do a direct expansion for Pandora.
Mm,
It would have to be 2 separate lands per se if you were to do that.
got it.
So, yeah. Y
I yeah, that park is very broken up to me. Like you said, you still have to look at the map in your head to try and figure it out.
I'm looking at the map and I had to stare at it. I'm like, "Where's Pandora? Okay, where that's where Africa is. Okay. Oh, I see Asia. Alright." It's just a very, very, it doesn't flow. It's a park that just doesn't flow.
Yeah,
Although, I guess you don't even know if you're staying on the outer walkway. If you stay at the outer walkway, you can kind of hit everything. So I might just grab a map for fun on Saturday and look at it as we go around.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't remember the schedule either, but I know I've seen it. But like I said, I'll be watching the whole weekend, just getting really excited about what we're gonna see. Yeah,
Absolutely. Have we said it all and done it all?
I think so. Do you want to touch on the this week in the parks?
Sure. Let's go.
All right. Let's see if I can find it.
So yeah, this week in the parks, I guess we could dial it back to Saturdays, and we were over at Epcot. And I don't, remind me if anything happened that was eventful or worth reviewing. I believe the weather was fine, and I could say that we did Guardians, and we got the virtual queue, and when we got it, I always had wondered, like, what is that wait time like on a Saturday? So we did it, and it was 30 minutes on the nose. So from start to finish, well, start to when you get into the first, or not the final queue, but when things kind of get going, when you get through the main line in the queue. So about 30 minutes. So it wasn't bad. So definitely we'll try that again and test that again, and it would be nice if that's kind of the average wait time for that. So had another great stream of that. Always love that ride. It's my favorite coaster of all time. It's just amazing. I kind of compare, and I can't compare it, but when I try to sort out what my favorite ones are, the Mummy is right there too. But we tried to discuss this, and Jacob and I, and what the thing is, they're two completely different coasters. I feel like the Mummy tells more of a story and does a better job of telling the story as opposed to Guardians. It's just so fast. Nobody's looking up at the screens. I do, but nobody's looking up at the screens. So it does a better job with that. So storytelling is better with the Mummy, but the ride experience is unmatched, I think, and that's what makes Guardians my favorite. And glad you asked, Lawrence. Glad you asked. So, but I don't know. Anything else stand out for? So what we did too behind the scenes is we started, and thank you, Goofy Guy, for those kind words. Uh, for the vlog that came out yesterday, our first of many, many, many to come now with the new camera, 4K vlog. He loved the Halloween merch video. I put a lot of work into that. I did find some new techniques that are going to make it editing faster and smoother and better. So I incorporated that into the vlog that comes out tomorrow. But yeah, so we showed up and we filmed that vlog on Saturday before we went live. And there was just so much merch. It took us 30 minutes to do that vlog. So to film it anyway. And there's a lot of merch. We discovered there's a lot of merch, and Disney did a great job of of putting out merch this year. The artwork is great. Love Mickey Bones. I'm calling them Mickey Bones or Skeleton Mickey. He looks great. Minnie looks great. There's so many shirts I'd love to own, but you can't own them all. So they did a really great job with all that stuff. And we went out and just had a great time. We enjoyed the park, and we everything had low wait times. I don't know if that was anticipation of the storms or what it was, but it was great. Soren was like almost a walk on, and anything we wanted to do for the time that we were live, I felt like we were able to do. So great night there. If you jump over to Magic, weather was iffy. I had to work. I was on the road the entire time during the day during that tropical storm of Debbie. I was keeping an eye on other live streams and really debating if we should go live. The park didn't bother me as much as driving to the park. I just envisioned that if I got some really great winds and also got some real torrential rains, that it could be pretty dangerous on the highway. So I almost didn't go, but Mrs. Living in Diz was like, everybody else is out there. You need to go out there. I said, okay, you have spoken. So off I went, and I'm glad I did. What an amazing night there for me. I was able to meet up with so many of you. It was pretty awesome. We got off Pirates, and I got some messages from I got a message from Crystal and Christian uh, who have been following the channel since our subscribers were in the 3 digits. So it was great to see them again. And while I was there, we Becky with the mini ears in chat, she came over to say hello. We had a young fella come over and take photos, and he just wanted to meet me. So that's when I was like, okay, welcome to the LID meet and greet today here at Magic Kingdom. You know, it was fun. It was really fun, and we get to meet Dina from chat. What a beautiful lady. She just went to tears, and real cool emotional moment. And if you want to carry that over to give you all a little background who don't know, Dina writes me these beautiful letters at Christmas time, and how our channel and our family have touched her life. And what I do for her and I do for others when we're streaming from the parks, if there's something I know that they like to see, I will show it every time, or nearly every time. But there's one thing I do every time without a doubt. Oh, and we get to hang out with Shirley Renee. She's a resident of Orlando now. So you all are going to see Shirley on the streams uh, whenever she shows up. So that's going to be great too. So uh we for Dina, she loves to see what we call the stinky foot pirate. At the end of Pirates of the Caribbean, he's hanging over the edge and his foot is dangling, his leg is dangling off the side of the bridge, and I always show a close up of it as he goes above our heads. And Dina and I would riding there in the front, and I was like, you know what we need to finish this moment off to make it extra special. I said, give me your hand. We need to hold hands and just look at this dirty foot together. So she did, and I just thought it was a real great moment to experience. So we did that, and the weather was fine. I think we hardly got a drop of rain. I never thought about popping the umbrella or anything like that. Kudos to Allison for connecting us in the park that night. She did a really great job, and got to hang out with a lot of friends. I'll finish with this. Well, two things. We saw Ichabod Crane. So if y'all haven't seen Ichabod Crane yet, he now appears in one of the windows in Liberty Square. So we showed that, and an easier way to check that out in tomorrow night's vlog. And by the way, I'm not premiering this one. I'm kind of experimenting what works better for the early growth of the video. So this one's going to come out at 3 tomorrow, and it's not a premiere. So we'll just have you, or I don't know. I'll decide. Maybe I'll change it to a premiere, but it's going to come out at 3. And being a premiere at 3, you may not see me in the chat. I don't know if I'll have a break while I'm working, but we might just let it roll, and you all can interact with each other. So I'll think about how we're going to do that. But we're going to let it out at 3 245, something like that, just to experiment and see how it does. And you'll be able to see Ichabod Crane in that. We took a moment to do the whole full feature of that in the vlog, so check that out as well. Oh, and in the parks, I decided, let me see if I can live stream and make clips to put a vlog together, and that's what you're going to get tomorrow night. So I don't even know if you all who are watching live knew that I was vlogging half the time that I was, but I was behind the camera. So and that's another thing behind the scenes. Hopefully, the chat will like this. Let me know in chat. Let me know in the comments where we are trying to make our time efficient. There may be times where we want to feature a food we're trying in the parks, a snack. We want to feature it on the live stream for all of you, but we want to feature it for the vlog as well, because there are people that watch vlogs and there are people that watch live streams only. And a lot of our faithful watch both, which we're so thankful for. But we're trying to catch that vlog audience too, people that aren't watching us yet, that discover us that way. So we have to do a little bit of that kind of repeat content with food. So you're all going to get to see a little behind the scenes filming of the vlogs. So I hope you all think that's exciting, where we just might take a moment, talk to that camera, but we're also talking to you, and just kind of cut our testimony of that. So yeah, it's kind of where we're at. See, I thought I had nothing to say about Inside the Parks, and then off I go. And I'll finish with this. I got Group 1 again. 2 Mondays in a row. Group 1 for Tiana. Didn't get to ride it.
You need to head to the store and play lottery. Just saying. That's pretty great.
I don't get it.
It's going to be amazing when you do finally get to ride Tiana again. Like, that ride is just waiting for you.
Fireworks are going to spout off the top of it. You know, when you're watching Happily Ever After, and I love all the colors that pop off of the castle when I Can Go the Distance, or Go the Distance is happening. I can beat the odds. Yeah, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Hey, it's going to be like riding it for the first time. You know, it reminds me of back in the day. I say back in the day, way back when Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened. We rode it, and then we didn't. COVID hit. COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't ride it for 4 months. So, yeah. I have bad luck with new rides. I still have an abusive relationship with Tron as well. You know, I've gotten that queue several times. But that one doesn't work with you well. It's not conducive to people that live in Florida, because if you get it in the morning and you work, you can't ride that during the week. You can only ride it if your group is high enough. And I've tried to manipulate the groups too, where you wait a half a second before you hit. Maybe you wait the 7 o'clock hour and a half a second. Maybe I can get group 40 and I'll be good for 6 o'clock. But that doesn't work. You completely miss out on that. So,
you know, that Reliving Diz is probably coming up soon. The shutdown of the parks, because we're November now, November of 2019. So there's not many more before we get to that point. That is going to be one, man.
Yeah, let me know when that's coming up, because that is definitely an important stream in our history. We were at Magic Kingdom the night it closed. Let me tell you, we ran around that place. We ran around that place. People didn't care. It was a moment. I mean, lots of emotions, cast members crying in the streets because they just found out they had to be sent home from the college program. Jill was crying. She didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what was going to happen with our channels, because you couldn't be in the parks. But we also thought it was only going to be a 2-week venture. This isn't going to close more than 2 weeks. We'll be good. But that, as we all know, that wasn't the case. Oh, I said 4 months. It was less than 4 months, by the way, that the parks are closed. But that's how long I was out of work. But emotional night. And I can just remember things like up on the train station. You know, we're sitting in the rocking chairs off to the side, just kind of soaking it all in. Didn't want to leave because we didn't know how long we'd be gone. And, um, I'm like, oh, Josh and Jenna are up there. So, I ran. Like there was nobody there to say no running. Like we just ran up there, ran around ran not the hub, but we were like, where did so and so go? Oh, they walked back up to the castle. It was like free form. It was free form for the last hour and a half, 2 hours. It
Yeah.
was a little bit of chaos. So very emotional day, very sad time. Like Goofy Guy says, very sad time. I hate to ever revisit this stuff, but it's part of our history now, and we have to reference that sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's still there. I work in the healthcare field. I was masked up this morning with a full-on COVID patient coughing all over the place, but I was protected, so I'm not worried.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will say thank you to all of you who stuck with us through the whole show, including a little glitch. But I
Lawrence
hope you
didn't pay
liked it.
the electric bill.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens. They flick the light. But I hope you like the new tech. Let us know in the comments after the show what you think. If you want to see something different, let us know. There's plenty of stuff that we can add in. Certainly using the. I'm sorry, I just saw a comment and I was like, "What?"
Well, I mean,
When was I rapping?
enjoyed the Lawrence rapping. He was rapping?
When did that happen? Okay,
So we're running Ecamm right now for the first time, and I think if I understand you correctly, Lawrence, that we're seeing a mesh of all what do you call it? Of all resources or whatever, feeds. That's not the right word. So basically, if people are on Facebook, people are on the DIZPod, Living in Diz. Are we seeing a conglomeration of everything in our chat
yes.
on our screen?
Yeah.
Because Courtney's saying that she can't see Steve, and Goofy Guy can't see Steve either. But Steve is over where he's supposed to be. So that tells me you guys are not where you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be on Living in Diz. You're supposed to come here for the link, and then you go over to the DIZPod. So Steve is where he's supposed to be. So you're all in trouble now.
Yeah. So, like Corey said, we're trying to get the DIZPod channel growing. So, if you are watching on any other platform, please head over there because we want it. It's going to grow into its own channel. So,
I have another idea too.
okay.
If you all don't mind, later on today, tomorrow, whatever, just go back to the DIZPod and run the podcasts. Even if you walk away from it, just run it for the watch time, and we can gain more watch time.
Yeah.
On the replays. Does it count for YouTube? Like if somebody goes and listens to this DIZPod, can they watch it again?
Yes.
And does it give you more time? The
Mhm.
same person? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, go for it, guys. Go for it. Help us get this channel up and moving. So have we done it all? Said it all?
We certainly have. Again, make sure that you are with us next week as we recap the D23. We will have guests on. They were in the chat earlier. I don't know if they're still with us. Keeping It Thrills, who they were live today at Magic Kingdom. I popped into their stream for a little bit. So they'll be joining us to help us out a little bit and cover some of the D23 information. We'll have certainly video and pictures from the weekend coming up. And we'll have all sorts of fun new stuff with the tech. So we'll see. There'll be new audio cues and there'll be new videos to put into.
Steve says, moving on up like the Jeffersons.
That's it. We're trying.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And for the fall, for Autumn of Diz, we are moving the podcast to Tuesdays. will fall into our new schedule. So new schedule, I guess, is kind of official at this point. It will be the DIZPod on Tuesdays. Wednesdays I will be live in the parks, and Saturdays will be live in the parks. So that, and then vlog wise, there'll be a vlog on Monday, and wait a minute. Yeah, there'll be a vlog on Monday, and there'll be a vlog on Thursday. The only adjustment I can see with that is if I have trouble getting the first vlog out for the first one of the week, maybe we could flip the DIZPod to Monday and the vlog to Tuesday. If that works for you too. We'll play it by ear.
Should be able to. So by the way, I'll have to put one of these in. I don't have a happy birthday video, but happy birthday to Jessica from Keeping It Thrills. Today is her actual birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Spending it watching our show, so we appreciate that. So hey, I can give you balloons though. Let me see. Oh, I can't because I'm using a different camera. Sorry, you get no balloons. I forgot I'm using a different camera. You get no balloons.
Goofy guy, email us at, what do we want? We want to use a DIZPod?
Yeah.
Email us at the DIZPod at gmail.com. Not at the DIZPod, but the DIZPod at gmail.com about your wanting to use some B-roll clips.
Didn't work. Sorry, Jessica. No balloons for you.
No balloons.
Next week, I'll give you balloons.
Well, all right, everyone. We do it live because we do it for you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. You really do mean the world. I feel like the words I say, I'm sure that they hit home to you, but I feel like, I can't say enough. But we really do appreciate it. And next time you'll see us, well, tomorrow afternoon. I think it's 2:45 will be the premiere. I'll talk to Lawrence and see if we should do it as a premiere or we should just throw it out there.
I'll always vote for premiere.
What's that?
I always vote for a premiere.
Okay, we're gonna premiere that 2:45 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow on the channel. Enjoy the vlog around Magic Kingdom, and that'll be in beautiful 4K. And then on Saturdays, we are live at Animal Kingdom, where we will check out maybe some Lion King. There are snacks to try. We always get on the safari. And from there, we're taking Tammy Two Wheels. Tammy Two Wheels is taking all of us over to Disney Springs, where we'll get some dinner and we'll do a little shopping. And we're going 4K. We will have a backup stream if 4K is just not holding because of signal over there. It's a total test. So we're testing 4K at Disney Springs. So fingers crossed it works and it holds and it looks beautiful. And we'll continue with it as we test more throughout the parks to bring you the best quality that we can. So Steve Bullock says he had fun. We certainly had fun. This is so much fun to just be right here in our own homes and reach out to all of you and put out a nice professional product here, which is like we always like to do. Even living in Diz, live in the parks, I really try to. So when we, I heard something today that Americans take the longest time to say goodbye. From a German.
Yeah,
from a German.
I mean, remember,
you don't know about that?
My family is Hispanic. We can say goodbye forever.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So, guess it depends on the culture, the background. So the last thing I was going to say, Steve, yes, we're gonna pursue the key lime cookie for sure. So that will be something that you'll all get to participate in live and see. I want to do a vlog on that key lime cookie, so we'll probably do a little vlog about Disney Springs. So that'll be there too. But I was starting to say something. Now I can't remember what it was.
Yep.
What's that?
I messed you up. You were talking about saying goodbye.
Yeah, and then I was going into something, so it was probably a lie, so we'll just keep going. We didn't discuss our shirts. We can do that on the way out. I figured I'd wear everything Disney. We've got Dumbo on here and lots of other great characters from that wonderful collection that came out last year. I apologize. I can't remember the name of the creator of it, but
I almost wore
really
that
cool.
shirt, so I'm glad I didn't. Not that I didn't want
Yeah,
to match you with you, but I
yeah.
figured for our first episode and higher resolution, I needed to have a little imagination.
There you go. Michelle Hollenstein wants to know if we will have, we should probably put aside a few minutes of the podcast at the end
Hmm.
for Q&A, for Q&A.
Yep, I agree.
So Michelle says, so we'll give you all, I'm going to put a timer on and then we got to go. 5 minutes, a 5-minute timer right now for Q&A. And Michelle, so just put a Q in front of it and you all can ask us some questions. Yes, we are doing August 27th for Mickey's Not So Scary, and we will be streaming it. And if all goes well, we'll be streaming that in 4K. So
Yes.
should be fun. I'm third
Oh,
of the way
those.
on Catherine's raising money for her new sewing machine.
Yeah. So you all in chat know how much Catherine sews. Obviously, this is a Catherine original. Doesn't have the label in it yet, though. But she makes all of Finley's clothes for Disney and other dresses. So she needs a new machine. The sewing machine is 4 digits, and so
Whoa.
she decided to start putting it out there. Um, you know, Finley's clothes that she doesn't wear anymore, that she grew out of. Just let's just start selling them. Make me an offer, and she put out quite a bit. And this has only been like a week, and she is a third of the way to her goal. So it's been really really good for her. So it's nice to see people picking them up and just being wowed by um, the dresses and the outfits that she creates. And she taught herself just by watching YouTube.
She says, "Go big or go home, Corey." And little Miss Disney says, "Wow, fancy." But your mom, Purple Pleasure, just never forgets. She's so funny. I can't tell her how much she entertains me when I'm live and I smile behind the camera or interact with her and laugh. And she called Catherine the Streamstress, which we gave her that name
Hmm.
quite a while ago. Yeah, she's got to hurry up because I'm not levying fines against her right now. But man, how many she's behind on a lot of shirts. So, I'll go easy on her. I'll give her a break. She doesn't owe me anything.
Maybe I don't want to put this out there, but maybe your shirt will be one of the first ones done on the new machine.
Oh, I would be honored.
Yeah,
And for now, it just gives us a chance to wear the other shirts.
exactly. Yeah, I had never
So,
one on the show. I've worn it in the parks, but not in the show.
this is what I love about our community. So Tammy and I had a lot of fun, and this is something that I think separates us from other channels is the extra fun we can have around the stream and in the parks with all of you. Um, Never scripted. I know we've been accused of that before. That tells me it's that good.
Yeah.
But we did some merch, and did we have some laughs the other night? Tammy and I got in this whole bit about, is it a button down or is it a button up? Is it a zip down or is it a zip up? And little Miss Disney just said she owes you a couple of button downs.
That's right. That's right. Not button ups.
Can't tell you how
I
much I
button
love that.
from here down. I
I
don't know
do
why.
too.
Yeah, I don't know why you would go the other way, but you have to zip up. There is no zip down. So it's button up or button down and zip up.
That's a good explanation. And then the other night, Shirley Renee, Tammy was so full. I'm like, come on, Tammy, we got to move. We have places to be. And she's like, I can't move. I'm full. And jumping in the chat. And I said this to her the other night. Shirley Renee says, Tammy's Crystal Palace full.
Mm.
Anybody that doesn't know that reference, when we were on vacation before we ever started a channel, I just ate so much at Crystal Palace once that I couldn't move. I said, "Oh, we're not going anywhere for at least 20 minutes." And we named it Crystal Palace Full. And I had told that story before, and Shirley remembered that. So you all are amazed, Diz. So I don't see any more questions. We love you all. You know we could hang out forever. My stomach says otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And I ate half my salad before we came on. So we'll take care of that too. And I've got some issues and things to work through here. The DIZPod, the channel's paying out way too much money here at the moment. I keep getting billed for things. I need to handle this. So, yeah, we love you all, and comment afterwards. It really helps. If you're listening on the rewatch, watching on the rewatch, comment, please. I do want to thank everyone that commented on yesterday's vlog. Please keep doing that. And, starting tomorrow again, there was like 50 or 60 comments put on that video. So that really, really helps. Tammy says kitchen's closed, but the microwave is not closed. I can microwave my dinner. So
I'm going to go ahead because I haven't eaten today. So
you're going to have what?
Breakfast. I haven't eaten today. So we're going to have breakfast.
What? Yeah, some pancakes. Do you have a Blackstone? Oh, you can cook so much on that Blackstone. When you get the Blackstone, 86 JB, is he here? I debated. There's this silicone tray with 6 or 8 cutouts? 6 cutouts. And you put it down. You just spray it. You put it down. I drop in, I'll drop in eggs in that baby. And then I'll drop in some what do you call it? Some pancake mix with some fruit. Oh, you just let that sit, and then you pull it off once they've heated enough, and you just flip them. Jill was blown away. She came out to the kitchen on Sunday morning, and it's a tradition my mom started when I was little, that you cook a big breakfast on Sundays. And she looked and she's like, "Dad, these are amazing. These are so cool. Like, they're perfect circles." I'm like, "Yeah, they're pancake dimes. Take a few." So love that thing. I got us off track, but yeah, we love
off track. We've been off the rails for like 2 hours.
We have. Thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate and love you all. Comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe here. Subscribe to Living in Diz. Subscribe to at the DIZPod. We need to drive that forward as well. So for now, we're just a couple of bros talking Disney.
That's us.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
we'll see you tomorrow.